Once upon a time, there lived a poor but kind woodcutter in a small cottage by the forest. Every day he went to the woods with his old axe to gather firewood, sell it, and earn bread for his family. One cold day, while the woodcutter was working by the river, his axe suddenly slipped from his hand and fell into the deep water. He ran and ran, but the river was fast and the axe was lost. The woodcutter, who had just lost his only tool for work, sat by the riverbank and began to cry loudly. He said to himself, "Oh, what will I do now? Without my axe, how can I feed my wife and children?" The kind fairy of the water felt sorry for him. She rose from the shining water and gently asked, "Oh, good man, why are you so sad? Why do you weep?" The fairy went back into the water and came out holding a golden axe that shone like the sun. She asked, "Good man, is this your axe?" The woodcutter looked honestly and said, "No, my lady. My axe was not made of precious gold."
The fairy went into the water again, and this time came out with a beautiful,
Gleaming silver axe. Again she asked, "Is this your axe?" The woodcutter shook his head and said, "No, my axe was just an old iron one." For the third time, the fairy brought out the woodcutter's simple old iron axe. The woodcutter's eyes lit up with joy, and he shouted happily, "Yes, yes, that is my axe! Thank you so much, my lady." The fairy was pleased by his great honesty. She smiled and said, "Because of your truthfulness and pure heart, I give you all 3 axes as a gift." The woodcutter knelt down with joy and thanked her. When the woodcutter's greedy neighbor heard the story of the 3 axes, he thought to himself, "I will go and do the same." He threw his axe into the river on purpose and started to cry fake tears. But the fairy knew the truth. She looked at the greedy man sternly and said, "You are lying. No reward is given to a greedy and dishonest person." The greedy neighbor went home empty-handed and ashamed. But the honest and kind woodcutter went home with his 3 axes and lived happily for the rest of his life.